Uh, I was extremely excited to watch him play. I was planning on going to see them in the preseason. They actually didn't release their preseason schedule until yesterday afternoon. And I was flicking their organization. When is your preseason schedule coming out? When is your preseason schedule? The NBA schedule has been out for 2 weeks. Anyway, I was so excited. I really wanted to go see him in the preseason. I've never seen him play in person. So big bummer. I'm not sure that this really changes the Thunder's trajectory. I don't think that the Thunder were going to win 37 games, and now that Holmgren is out, they're going to win 22. I don't think he was that valuable to their win-loss. Very rarely do rookies make a difference.
I don't know, man. I think he might have been. They have,
very rarely make a difference in win-loss.
Well, he's not a typical rookie in that the stuff he does is sort of like, he's more of a connecting guy than a guy who's going to have the ball in his hands a ton to begin with. On top of that, look at their
two guys. They've got two, Gilgeous-Alexander and Giddey. They've got two guys who can make the offense go.
Yep.
Lou Dort's part of that core. They've got some other young talent. Like, it's an intriguing team, and like this long rebuilding process. This was the year I felt like they could make, if they chose to, start to be competitive, and maybe that still happens. But I was excited to see Holmgren play too. He's such a, like you say, he's a kind of a defensive cleanup guy. He's got some offensive skill. He can step out and shoot it. There's, just a lot to him. He's so unique.
Well, the other thing is they have no bigs on the roster. Like that's why I think he potentially could have had a really big impact on their team. Right. Like, they don't have any bigs. You take him out of the mix, like they basically got like Mike Muscala and JaMychal, and they bought out JaMychal Green when they traded for him. Like,
I think still there.
Yeah, he might still be on the team. Like they have nothing inside. Like, I'm looking, they have Derek Favors. Yeah. And then they've got like, they've got Mike Muscala and nothing really else. Like they were planning on him playing 30 plus minutes a game every game, and that's just gone.
Well, if you want
one of our colleagues, I'm not sure they have said this publicly, maybe they have, and I don't remember, but one of our colleagues recently was watching Chet in a pickup game in LA, where Embiid was in the pickup game, and just blocked Embiid several times, including on a 3-pointer.
Wow, that's interesting.
Embiid also got some victories, got some W's in that matchup.
I was going to say, I bet you Embiid had a little success on the block.
Yeah. So, but like, apparently nobody who watched that run was like, who left without saying, wow, this Holmgren is a real difference maker on the court. You got to know where he's on the court at all times. And obviously, it's not like people haven't seen him play. So, that's what you're looking forward to if you're a Thunder fan. Like, okay, maybe you don't win that many more games, but look, we just talked last week. Bontemps and Pelton didn't have them in the tanking tier or whatever you called that tier.
Bontemps
draft
positioning tier.
Yeah, it's a draft.
They're in it now. Tier. They're in it now by default, and that's. There's two things about this that I think are relevant. One is that everybody has now started saying, "Oh, well, the Thunder shouldn't have drafted this guy." I got a bunch of texts about this yesterday. Oh, this guy's always going to be hurt. What was this team doing? Like, this guy had no injury history. This is a freak injury. Yeah. He's not the only guy.
And the concerns were more like, can his body withstand the wear and tear and the pounding? Not, is he going to hurt his foot?
Right. Obviously, like you said, Brian, it's always scary when a big guy has foot injuries. We've seen a lot of big guys have lots of foot issues, but this is not somebody who's had a history of injuries. Like Zion Williamson, going back to high school, had a history of injuries. Like, it is not stunning that he has had injury issues in the NBA. Other guys have had long-term injury issues that have followed in the NBA. This guy is not one of them. So I think it's been unfair that people have said that. The other thing is, to McMahon's point, I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the most underrated player in the NBA right now, because he's been on this team that has been basically, doing its best to position itself for the lottery the past couple of years, and is just completely off the map. And at some point, when is this guy going to look around and be like, I'm in my third or fourth, I think is his fourth year in Oklahoma City.
He's in Oklahoma City. Yeah.
Yeah. This is his fourth season.
Fourth year already.
It's his fourth year.
Yeah, he's on his second contract.
I forgot we had 3 years and 2 years. I forgot we had 3 seasons in 2 years.
So he's in his fourth season in Oklahoma City. Like, at what point is he going to look around? I know he just started a new extension, and I'm sure they're not going to be anxious to move him. But at
And
what
he
point
didn't
is
get
this
a player
guy?
option in that.
No. But at what point is this guy going to look around and be like, I'm on this team where we just continue to win 23 games and nobody knows who I am and we're not going anywhere. Like, it'd probably be in his best interest for them to stick it out one more year and try to get Victor or Scoot Henderson on the team and then have a completely loaded team going forward.
Yeah.
But at some point, if I'm him, I'm looking around going like, what am I doing in my career right now?
I know, but I think when he signed.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.